guys? Welcome back to the live stream. Hello there, Al, Kangaroo, and anyone else in chat. What's up? Happy Sunday to you. Welcome to stream number 251 today on the 10th of December 2017. Hope everyone's having a good weekend so far. Sort of a lazy Sunday today. And hope you guys can hear me fine over the music. Let me know if it's too quiet, too loud, you know, the usual. Hello there, Althea. Thank you for your sub the other day. How you doing? So, sorry if I didn't get a stream yesterday. Got him a little bit late and I felt a little bit tired. So I decided to just take the day off and relax a little bit instead. So I didn't quite stream. Watched the Grand Tour, some new, you know, shows and stuff, episodes coming on. So that's what we did. And today we are going to continue with what we were supposed to do yesterday. But in a way it's sort of okay because we wouldn't have been able to do what we wanted to do yesterday because I looked up historically the weather for the airports we were intending to fly at was pretty damn bad yesterday. It's not that much better today, but it's a little bit better and at least above minimum. So we'll see how this ends up going all in all. Right now I'm just going to set it to the local time right here, so give me a second. With an FS real time, we should be looking at UTC 1236. I'm going to add to it a few minutes. It takes to load in. But as you can see, we're going to be flying the DC 932 today, TwitchAir, Freighter Ops. And we're going to be doing that contract we ended up taking up on Reddit the other day. The one I was talking to you guys about. This one right here. I'll put the link in chat if you want to read it for yourself. Yeah, 251, it is a number. It is a number, man. 250 streams last time, we had the whole diversion and everything in SBRJ. Again, still, SBRJ is that one airport that keeps getting away. I cannot get myself to land at that airport at all. Like, last time we landed, we had to go around. This time, we tried again, and what ended up happening was the airport was too fogged up, so we had to divert to SBGL instead, so maybe we'll try again some other time. Just, that airport is not inviting us. Anyways, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna fly into UHMM for this Mr. Greg at Sranjanet. Not sure how to say it, but Greg. Let's just say Greg. We're flying for Mr. Greg here. He's doing a around the world tour trip in his Mooney Bravo aircraft, and he's trying to keep things as realistic as possible for him there. And in doing so, he makes sure, you know, he flies only to airports that have the actual fuel and stuff for him available. And unfortunately for his trip between Nome and Korea, there's very few airports that he can fly to that also provide him with the required avgas that he needs, which is 100 LL avgas, aviation fuel, for general aviation airplanes, typically piston aircraft and stuff like that, or turbine even. What use this, and so he wanted someone to fly in, you know, the fuel for him, 4 55-gallon drums of avgas to this airport UHMM. So when he flies in there, eventually, you know, he can just load the fuel from those drums onto his aircraft and continue with his trip over to the next airport where he can actually refuel again. So obviously we contacted him, let him know that we are running TwitchAir, and we specialize in charter ops like this, you know, cargo, and we got a big fleet of all these airplanes in cargo capacity. And eventually the plan was that we were going to have on this Saturday the UHMD fly-in event. Unfortunately that did not happen because the event got moved over to the 16th of December, I believe, right now. The Reddit Discord server, if you read here, this was the event that was supposed to take place. We would have a Discord fly-in. We were supposed to, at least. And then last minute, unfortunately it got moved due to scheduling issues. So it's going to be on the December 16th, which is next week, next Saturday. But, you know, obviously when I made this decision to accept this trip, I thought we would be in this part of the world anyways at UHMD. They're doing the fly-in, so we might as well just head west a little bit, about 2 hours or so, to this airport, UHMM, and deliver this guy some avgas. Unfortunately, the fly-in didn't happen, but nonetheless, we're going to fly out of UHMD today towards UHMM in the DC 932 freighter, and we're gonna bring him the 4 times 55 gallons drums of 100 LL gas, which will cost him total of US dollar 3,067.9 or 3,068 almost US dollars, from which 10% is our commission, so we're making US dollar 300 on this for ourselves. The rest of it is just the fuel cost and the airport landing fees and all that we're charging him for it. So good 300 US dollars is to be made there. Okay, not that big of a deal, but I'll take it, clean profit. He's paying for it, so we deliver it to him and then we'll let him know once that fuel is delivered. So yeah, that's where we're gonna fly today. And here we are in the aircraft. Boom. Oops, chase plane isn't running. Roop. There we go. Now we got chase plane. Yay. I'm also going to run the Flight Sim Labs Spotlight Manager. Right now, so that I can manage these lights. Both of these, for some reason, by default only goes for one of them, but yeah, we got some lights running through FS Spotlights, you know, make things a little bit cooler. We got the white lights, which I sort of like, or we could go for the yellow lights as well instead of the white ones, because that's typically what you would find on this aircraft. They usually have the older yellow bulbs, but you can replace it, or we can I could even go like for a combo, you know, one bulb's one's other. Pretty cool like that. We obviously have more lights available, dome lights for, you know, entire aircraft, overhead lighting, or just lighting up the overhead panel there with spotlights there, etc., etc. So anyways, keep that off. Keep this on. Actually, we might as well use the overhead as well. Keep the panel floods on. And what I'm going to do now instead, though, is turn the aircraft completely off. So give me a second. Cold all systems off. There we are. Back a little bit into our parking spot because when I loaded in, it pushed me a little bit forward. I'm just going to move back just a hair. Get back exactly on that parking spot area. But we shall find ourselves at Providenia at night right now. Okay, should be good. Parking brake set.
Parking brake set.
There are no parkings available at this airport. That's fine. GSX won't operate at this airport because it's just pretty seems legit type of airport, so that's fine. I don't expect it to. But what we are going to do is have our own vehicles and shit. So ground ops. Also going to turn the music down just a hair. It's getting a little bit loud. Okay, connect ground power. Open up the main exit, the cargo doors, and the aft stairs as well for now. So we can load in. Actually, you know what? Don't need the bottom cargo doors because we're not carrying much cargo, honestly, today. Oh no, I can't close it right now because no hydraulic power. That's fine. We'll close it later. But yeah, I mean, as you can see, it's snowing right now, and we're not carrying much cargo today. We've been dispatched there with let's see, this right here. We've been dispatched with only 1320, which is 4 times 55 gallons, the weight roughly of the fuel. So we got that in about 1,000 pounds in the cargo that we're carrying, some mail and stuff. I mean, this airport is a pretty remote airfield, so you're not going to see much in terms of, you know, cargo going out of this airport. They don't have much exports. Most of it is imported into this area. It does have a shipping dock where majority of the cargo here is brought here by sea or by road. In terms of flying out, there's usually not much cargo, but there's a lot coming in. So that's why we're not going to take much out. We're just bringing that avgas out that we brought over to this airport in one of our other airplanes, and then we'll a few mails here and there to UHMM that we picked up from some guys, small couriers and stuff. And we're going to be flying at flight level 340 today, direct from the BC, which is the Provideniya Bay, NDB, on the Gulf 212 to Lunad, and then the Whiskey 317 to MEBAR, and then the MEBAR 2 arrival into UHMM, which is Madagangst. Let me see what the name of the airport was. UHMD. Magadan Sokol Airport, Magadan, and this is what our flight plan is going to look like, basically, all in all. It's a pretty straight line, as you can see right there. This is where we are right now at Provideniya, Providence Bay in English. So at Provideniya Bay, BC, NDB is what we're going to take. We're going to do the departure out of here, taking out runway 01 out here to the bay, and then to waypoint GIRLO. And from the GIRLO, technically, is the first waypoint. We'll be able to pick up DG212 all the way to our destination. On the way, we're going to fly over Anadir, and then fly into this area that you can see right now. It's a little bit facing a storm. Most of it is, though, moving. Let's see, which way is it moving? It's moving southeast. Or no, sorry, moving northwest, roughly. So it's moving in this direction. We're coming in this way. So by the time we get there, we might just be here, seeing the edge of it. But for now, there's drizzle, there's snow, there's minus 15 temperatures, minus 22. So winter ops for sure. Pretty damn cold. QFE at 745, QNH of 1013. So pretty standard there. Visibility is kind of okay, but it's a little bit windy. 360-9er gusting to 14 meters per second, and this airport luckily has an ILS in, so that's what we will be using in case the visibility does drop. Hello there, Tarak. But for the airport they're departing out of, it's going to be all visual departure, and then away we go. We expect a lot of clouds and overcast conditions all the way. This is just in terms of the bad weather that we expect. If you just take a look at the satellite imagery, though, you can see this whole area is pretty much covered by clouds right now. Blue is indicating low-level clouds. Yellow is indicating a lot of precipitation in them as well. But yeah, I mean, you can see this area is pretty much densely covered right now. Oops, let's let it load in. So yeah, it's gonna be a cloudy, windy, a little bit turbulent, but we should be able to get that flammable goods, that is our avgas, down to UHMM in about let's say we're doing 4:45, right? In about 2 hours and 17 minutes, give or take, and we're scheduled to depart at 13:05 Zulu, which is in 15 minutes. So step in the plane, get it ready, load it up, and then away we shall go. This guy's cargo, the contract that we picked up. This all together now. Vatsim flight plan also I've already filed, like I said. Twitch 1788 MDC93/L 437 to UHMD 1300 Zulu departure time out of BC on the corridor 4 departure to GIRLO G212 Lunad and thereafter, flying us today. And I'll go over the charts briefing with you guys once we do a departure briefing shortly. Thank you for your follow, Lionel Messi. If we got a footballer, I'm famous now. Yay. Welcome to the Aviation Hub. But yeah, top of climb outside air temperature will be minus 50 degrees Celsius. So pretty cold. Average outside air temperature minus 52. And we'll face a 12 knot headwind on average for the duration of today's flight. Departing airport, winds 010 at 6 meters per second. Visibility plus 1,000 kilometers. Few clouds at 3,000 meters. 300 meters. Minus 4 temperature right now. Dew point is minus 9. QNH of 1006 or QFE 754. Hello, Lionel. Hello. Lionel, Lionel. Wherever you want to say it. So, anywho, let's bring up the FSX stuff. Give me a second. TwitchAir. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. Come on, sim load up, so that way you guys can see a little bit better. This one has a little bit of gamma upped through OBS, so you guys can see it better in the darkness. And what we're going to do is step on the airplane and get it going. I hear a lot of winds and storm happening right now. Football for life. Yes, exactly. Okay, in the airplane. Let's start by powering the plane up. Give me a second. I'm just setting some views up. There we go, perfect. Okay, so start with the overhead. First things first, battery switch on. Okay, perfect. Aircraft powers up. Take a look at the voltage. On the DC battery voltage, we got positive amperage, negative AC volts. We got positive voltage and negative amps because the battery is discharging right now and powering the airplane. But that will change as soon as we put the ground power on bus. You can see the amperage goes to positive from negative. That means this is now charging the battery instead of discharging. And if you go to the external power, you should see the amperage is in the negative, which means the ground power is powering the airplane. Perfect. Okay, on the overheads here, power on, loops checks out, circuit breakers are in, checked, and lower overhead. Generators are on, the discs on normal, the IDG drives, normal, TSD, checked. APU gens will turn on, and we'll actually turn the APU on right now as well. And galley power can come on right now, so we can make some hot coffee in the back. And APU I'm going to turn on, and before we do, let's refuel the aircraft first. So, dispatch cargo on board. We have 20 pounds, so pretty light on cargo. 2020 only. Can't quite do 2020, 2300, alright, close enough. This is one pellet with 4 drums of avgas and a little bit of mail. But we've got a lot of in fuel. We got 24,125 pounds in fuel because our alternate airport is pretty far away and it's like about 1.5 hours away. Not many airports in this area, so this is why we have like almost a whole flight's worth of extra fuel as just our alternate, which we're not going to end up using if all goes well. So we've got pretty much full tanks here. 24,125. 24,122. Good enough. Okay. We'll use flash 15 for departure because small runway and it's not even paved. So full power, max flaps. Try to get up there quickly. 1.95 EPR, climb thrust of 1.92, and stabilizer trim of 6.6 on departure for us. All checks out. We'll send it to the aircraft. Set and print it out as well for the load sheet. Perfect. Back to ground ops. We got fuel on board. We'll just verify it by going to the middle panel there, and before we do, let's turn on some lights in the middle panel so we can see what we're doing. Same for the overhead now. Lights. Right here. Perfect. Right, so we're looking in the middle panel, looking for fuel and testing those indicators now. So we should have for fuel. Let's just check. The wing tank should be full, the center tank should be almost full. Okay, let's check. Fuel quantity, this is the center tank right here. It's almost full. Almost 6,000 checks. This is at about 9,300 should be, which it is almost, yeah. About 9,400 right there, 200 right there, yeah, checks. 93393, and this is about 5,400 checked. Okay, we can test these as well. Make sure the needles drop, and then we should see that they come back up again after the zero out. See, let them go. It comes back in 2412. 122 on board. Checks. Okay. And we got to set up our gross weight as well right now. So with the fuel on board and the cargo on board, our current gross weight should be 90 94,179er. 94,179er. So 94 would be here. So we want this needle to match with 94. So we spin the wheel so it matches. Four 179. Right about there is good. And this is 95. This will be 94, 93, 92, 91, 90. So right about there is good. So this is, you can see the F written here. There's E written here. So F means full on the fuel. E is empty. So we're pretty much full on fuel. And as our fuel burns off, this needle, or sorry, this outside wheel will remain in the same position. But as our fuel burns down, this will be a rough estimate for us for what our current gross weight is in 1,000 pounds. That way we can use it for speed calculations for landing, departing, whatever, you know, when we need be, because right now it's at pointing about 94.2. So for, let's say, you know, in 1 hour's time, we are 3/4 of the fuel left, and at that point our gross weight will be 89,000 roughly. And once we have half fuel left, our gross weight will be about 83,000. And if we are empty on the fuel tanks, our gross weight should be at about 70,300. It's estimating 71 roughly. We know our empty weight is 70,000, so anyways, checks out. Perfect. Old school ways of, or methods of, you know, before you had FMCs that can tell you your gross weight estimations and all that. It's stuff like this. Anyway, it checks out. Perfect. And like I said, I'm going to start an APU, so we'll turn the start pump on. Make sure APU air is off, and turn the APU start switch to run. Wait 2 seconds. And start. You should see the needle pop up. And we should take about 1.5 minutes for the fuel to start. Keep crashing or the stream keeps freezing. Rip, Lanel. I hope no one else is having that issue. Let me know in chat. If not, I believe I should have transcoding on my streams. You might want to set it to auto or set a lower quality like 480p or something if your internet cannot handle it. Waiting on the APU to start up. The exhaust temp is pretty low, but it should start picking up shortly. I don't have it. Oh, okay. Let's see. And there you go. APU's on. We got APU temp. APU generator came on bus. And you can see the external blue lights were on and went to both the APU generators. That means the external power is no longer powering the aircraft, which means we can turn it off and disconnect it right now, since we are on APU power. Power disconnected. Up here as well. My stream is fine. Okay, Althea confirms it. I'm just looking at my own stream right now on Twitch. Yeah, I have transcoding available for me right now. Where am I? Here we are. I just click on the settings that, oops, didn't mean to clip my own stream. You go to settings there, you can change the quality right there. By default it should be on 1080p or something, or auto. Just turn it down. I don't want to hear myself twice either. I'm just turning it down to about 360, 480p or something. I have streamception right now. It is on auto. Okay, I just turn it down then maybe. Then 360, 480p maybe. Hopefully it'll be better. Fortunately for the Twitch, you know, Twitch is out sometimes. I notice the exact same issues with other people when I'm trying to watch streams, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Anyways, going back to the plane, APU is on, bus generator is on, start pump can go off now, and we'll switch to the forward, or no, the aft right tank and forward right fuel tanks can go on. That way the start pump can go off, and that should keep our APU running. Fuel heat, what is the fuel temp right now? Let's see. Probably cold, but not cold enough. Fuel temperature is... it's just above, as you can see right here, just above 0 degrees Celsius, so the fuel's not quite cold enough yet. If it gets to about -20 is when you would normally turn on fuel heat, so right now it's doing fine. I will leave fuel heat off. Not required. You start ignition switches off, ignition selector to off as well. Emergency lights can go to arm, no smoking seatbelt signs can go on. Airfoil, pitot heats, and other de-icing can remain off for now. Windshield heating can go on. Anti-fog and anti-ice as well. Engine and airfoil de-ice will turn on after we start our engines, and we'll probably need it today because it's snowing out there, as you can see right now. It's working, check, and our skids remain off for now until we start taxiing. Yaw damper can go on. On top there we can check the instrument warning, test that, this should all light up. Which it does, except that one. Checked, and then we reset it. This button. And back to the overhead we go. Circuit breaker lights not required. Ground proximity warnings is guarded and should be normal when it's guarded. Thunderstorm lighting, if we need it, you know, we can turn on all the dome lights so that we can see a little bit better in the plane. And the ground normally would have this on anyways, so we'll leave it on for now. Speed command test, mount trim test, I'm going to ignore. Air conditioning off, cabin supplied, radio, pack, fan on, bleeds off, cabin temps on auto, air conditioning shut off, override, or should be off and auto, I think, which is in the bottom there. Ramp air should be off, which is on the bottom. Okay. The altimeter will set back in just a second. Our landing alt, we are at 100 feet. So right there, set. Propellant off, Vipers off. Test the warning lights, make sure they all turn on. Checked. Propellant's off, Vipers off, not required at the moment, and coming down to the captain's side now. Source selector for the you know, airspeed, altitude indicators, everything on normal. Floor lights off, not required. Red and white lights off. Compass on normal and VRLS on normal. Instruments are checked. Speed bugs will come back to you. Alt hold is off. Clock is set. Yeah, it should match up with FS real time. And it is matching up right now. Okay, perfect. It's about 1 AM local time? Or sorry, Zulu time is what it's reading to us right now, so yeah, about 13:02 Zulu time, so it's checked. Altimeter will come back to, we'll grab weather information in just a second. The servos for aileron, elevator and rudder for autopilot on. Marker beacon on low. Normal EPRs there, our takeoff EPR 1.95, climb is 1.92. Set that. Check, fuel used, we should have a little bit of fuel used on the left side, nothing on the right, check. Flaps up, selected, indicated, and the slat lights are out, check. Test these lights as well, the bulbs. Reverser lights, all checked, working. Fire test. Okay, good. Cutoff works as well. Lights checked, flight directors off. Gear horn we can test. 4 red lights, get the horn, and all working, check. Should go back to 3 greens now, down selected, checked. Mode selector standby there, should be on standby as well. Transponder code 2200, mode C. Transponder 1, weather radar's off. Stick trim on, gain on auto, ADF. Technically we should be using this, I'll turn it on in just a moment. Trim, we should move it down in the green range anywhere, and actually what we need it to be is at 6.6, which is 6 is here, so somewhere right where my mouse is right now. Move it till there. That alarm you hear is warning us of stabilizer motion. Okay, rudder hydraulic control is on, powered, cross feeds off, flaps up, cabin alt control is on auto, fuel levers are cut off, and that is checked. Power levers are idle, and they're both working. Checked. Autopilot is off, disengaged, checked. Comm radios Welch on, checked. Both are on. We are tuned into VHF1, and HF2 is on as well. And we'll use it now to grab the weather. 122.0.
Uniform Hotel Mike Delta Airport
Hey,
information.
Remkov, what
Romeo
up?
1, 2, 3,
What's up?
4 Zulu weather wind 0.
No need the
0,
announcement,
3,
we're just
at
transporting
2,
cargo
1
today.
Visibility 9er sky condition. Ceiling
what up, Remkov?
2,200 overcast. Light snow temperature -8. Dew point -13. Altimeter 2,994. Advise on initial contact. You have information. Romeo. Uniform Hotel Mike Delta Airport information. Romeo,
Romeo.
1, 2, 3, 4 Zulu weather wind 0, 0, 3 at 2, 1 visibility 9er sky condition ceiling 2,200 over.
Uniform Hotel Mike
And ATIS has
Delta
changed.
Airport information Sierra
Okay,
1,
information
2,
Sierra
3,
now, cut it.
4 Zulu weather wind 0, 0, 3 at 2, 1 visibility 9 sky. Uniform Hotel Mike Delta Airport information Sierra 1, 2, 4, 4 Zulu weather wind 0, 0, 3 at 2, 1 visibility 9 sky condition ceiling 2,200 overcast light snow temperature -8 dew point -13 altimeter 2,993 advise on initial contact you have information Sierra Uniform Hotel Mike Delta
Okay, I don't
Airport.
need to hear her anymore. Turn her off. Okay, we got information. Sierra wind 003 at 21, 9 statute mild visibility, 2200 overcast, temperature -8, dew point -1, and altimeter 2993. Yeah, sorry, I wasn't talking to you, Remkov. I was listening to the ATIS, but yeah, long time no see, man. Long time no see. You should, and I got a few things to talk to you about, Remkov. I don't know if you've been following, but Air Hauler 2 finally got the VA upgrade. We can now actually own airplanes. So I got to work on, scheduling flights and actually doing those flights now. So we'll work on that in the near future. Club Class, thank you for your follow. By the way, buddy, welcome to Aviation Hub. For some reason, it didn't play the alert. Let me see if I can get it to play again later. But thank you for your follow, man, nonetheless. Thought he stopped streaming. Kappa. No, I know, I've been streaming just a little bit less in comparison to what I had normally been. Just been a little bit busy, but yeah, let's talk about it and get things going. Right now, he's Sloopy's gonna do a reset for all the airlines, and then it's gonna go back to nothing. So we got to start over. But all in all, we can get that thing going and get everything started, and we can start owning aircraft and all that, so that'll be fun. Hello there, I'm in Reno. How you doing? Anyways, altimeter is set, 80 feet indicated, checked. Over here is set as well. All checks out, perfect. And we were on the bottom there. Panel is set. There's no one on Vatsim right now where we are at, so we'll just be on Unicom, I guess. 122.8, and it's probably gonna get a reset in just a second once I turn on the GTN, so let's set it up through that as well. When are we flying? Shortly. Just getting the aircraft set up. Takes a while. But anytime now. Okay, 122.0 is set. Squawk code will be 2200. Just use that because why not? And I'm going to also do one more thing.
TOS system test.
Set our flight ID. We are Twitch. Flight 1788. 88th flight of 2017. On stream number 251. Okay, set, and we gotta load in our flight plan in here now. So we're going from UHMD to waypoint GIRLO first. G-I-R-L-O, yep, GIRLO, and then from GIRLO we take an airway, which it doesn't have. Okay, that's fun. You know what? Insert before. Let's just enter the Bravo Charlie Indy B. And then see if we can pick an airway from there. Yes, we can. Okay, we can pick the airway which we need is Golf 212. which it doesn't have in its database. That is fine because it is an older database that this thing's using, so that's fine as well. We'll just put in the waypoints manually. Okay, UHMD BC GIRLO. So that's gonna be GIRLO to waypoint Bumu. Insert after. Bravo uniform Mike. There we go. Russia. See if we can pick up an airway from there. Nope. That's fine. As long as it has the waypoints. Then Nalek. Oh wow. Thank you, Remkov. Much support. Lol. GG's, bro.
Attention all passengers, we will be serving our in-flight meal
there we
shortly
go.
with your choice of red or
Meal
white
again.
wine.
Rip.
Please return to your seats so that we may serve you more easily. Enjoy your meal.
No, we're not serving meal yet, and there's no passengers. We're just carrying fuel. But yeah, I guess you can eat for now if you want. While we're getting set up. Anyways, I was going to waypoint Nalek. Let me just fill this up quickly, guys. Give me a second. Okay, it doesn't have the waypoint. Perfect. Did you hear the applause? Yes, I did hear it. That's what it does. I gotta feed in the coordinates for waypoint Nalek myself then. Get a user waypoint, yes. Will be coordinates lat long. It is at north 6 4 42.0 and east 179 and 54.5.50. That's coordinates for the waypoint that we want. Create that waypoint. Yes. Okay, that's Nalek. From Nalek we're going to Getka. GE, there you go, it has Getka at least. And then from Getka we're going to Lunad. LUNAD, perfect. And from Lunad, let's see if it has an airway that we need. We're going to take the Whiskey 317. There we go, it has that at least. To waypoint MEBAR. Doesn't have that in. Damn it. Well, we'll take it to whatever waypoint we can then. It has Ginan. Yes, it has Ginan. Okay. We'll take it to Ginan. Looks like only one waypoint away. And then we'll load in MEBAR ourselves. Maybe it doesn't have that waypoint in its database. Nope, it does. Okay. MEBAR, and then from MEBAR we are going on the MEBAR 2 to our airport, which is Uniform Hotel Mike. Perfect. Store the flight plan, please. Let's see if you can put in procedures for departure. Nope, it doesn't have any. How about for arrival? Yes, it does. We're going to do the MEBAR 2 or runway 10. Transition from Ginan, sure. Load that arrival. Just verify our flight plan looks as I want it to look. Yep, checks out. Exactly, pass over FK, then down, and then back to the ILS. Okay, yep. Exactly as it should be. And we should be at this airport right here, right now. Checked. Okay, flight plan is filled in, and now we can put this on. GPS mode is fine. We're gonna have to fly initially on the way out ourselves, manually, I guess. So let me go over the departure brief with you guys for what we're gonna do on this SID then. It's gonna be an interesting one. So here are the charts, or this is what our flight plan looks like if you see on the world map right there. It's part of the world. There's Alaska right there. We're in Russia. So this is the entry point, the first airport pretty much on Alaskan side when you're coming in from the United States side. And this is called the entry into Russia pretty much. This is where we are at right now. So we're going to head left from there and then down to UHMM. And for the charts for Provideniya Bay, we have this SID here, which is a standard instrument departure from runway 01 as such. So we're going to climb runway heading 014, and once we are at 680 feet, we're going to make a left-hand turn on this radius right here, 1 mile radius, so pretty much standard rate turn, all the way to pick up heading 210, and then we fly on heading 210 until we pick up radial 050 or QDR 050 from the Provideniya Bay NDB, which is BC, so we'll tune in frequency 9060. Once we hit that, we make a right-hand turn to heading 272, which is on the corridor 4, to waypoint GIRLO, at which point we should be between transition level and flight level 150. So our initial climb, let's figure that out as well. 680 feet is going to be 200 meters, so if we were in contact with ATC, they would say initial climb to 200 meters or whatever in meters, because Russia. What has happened? We are looking at charts. That's how pilots know how to fly. That's what's happening. Okay, so our transition level today is going to be pressure is 1010 or above. It is 1010 or above. So flight level 70. That's our transition then. That's a transition. So we're climbing to 7,000 feet initially, or we can go all the way up to flight level 150 actually. So we'll climb to 150. Initial climb 15,000 feet, and that's how it's gonna work. Oops. So we'll go out this way, and then right. Okay. And after that will be on the flight plan route. And for the airport, you can see this is the airport we are at right now. We are parked on gate 1 right there, so we'll push back and taxi via taxiway 2. And then we'll backtrack the runway, turn around, and then take off to the north in this direction, runway 01. Seems legit. But okay, that's departure brief complete. So now I tune in an ADF, which is a lot easier to do in the 2D panel, which is what I'm going to use. So the frequency we want to dial in is 960. So we move this to the 900 range, which is that one, and then 940 is set right now, and then 60.0. So yep, the range needle goes to the full position. That means it turns on. That means it can hear it. That means it is active right now. Perfect. We got an ADF. So if I switch this to the ADF, it'll point me towards the BC ADF, which is perfect. So once we depart, we want to keep, once we make the left-hand turn, we want this head to point at 050, which is right there. And once it is pointing at 050, that's when we can make our right-hand turn. Our initial climb heading will be 014, so I'll turn that to 014 right now. This is north. 30 is here, so this is 15. Oh no, wait, 30, 20, 10. 15 is right here. This is 15, so 14 would be right there, roughly. That's the heading we want on takeoff initially. Course of, I'll just set it to 50, that way I remember when I need to make that turn. or rather, you know what? Let's make it 210. That way I know what heading I'm turning on to initially. 210. So make that left-hand turn and then fly heading 210. Check. And everything else is good, I think. You can turn those big lights off. Dial in the initial climb altitude, which is 15,000 feet. And then we actually take off, or start our engines and then push back, start our engines and go start doing things. So now let's run through some checklists to get the plane started.
Maintenance status.
Check.
Battery switch.
Check. 26 volts on.
Distance supply.
Off.
Cabin altitude control lever.
Auto.
Auxiliary hydro
Off.
fire protection.
Tested.
Electrical power and air conditioning.
Established.
Originating and receiving checklist. Pre-flight inspection.
Completed.
Logbook forms and manuals.
Check.
Pins.
Stowed.
Battery switch.
On.
Aft overhead panel.
Check.
Circuit breakers.
Check.
Voice recorder.
Tested.
Electrical system. Fuel
Checked.
pumps cross feed.
Checked. And we got
Off.
a couple on right now for the APU.
Emergency lights.
Armed.
No smoking. Seatbelt signs.
Both on.
Ice protection.
Check.
Instrument warning.
Tested.
Wind shear.
Tested.
Anti-skid.
Actually, no, we didn't check
Tested
wind
that
shear
off.
yet. Let's test wind shear. Wind shear warning, caution, and then you'll hear the audio alert as well.
Wind shear, wind shear, wind shear.
There we go. Tested. Anti-skid is off.
Stall warning.
Tested.
Yaw damper.
On.
Speed command.
Tested.
Lock trim.
Normal.
Radio rack.
Fan.
Cabin pressure panel.
Check.
Ram air.
Off.
Annunciator panel lights.
Tested.
Reverser and exterior lights.
Check.
Oxygen system.
Check.
Select air data shut off.
Is on normal and on.
On flight instruments.
Check normal.
Ground proximity one.
Tested.
Autopilot servos.
On.
Direct select pressure.
Both.
Check.
It is on the both. This needle. This could be left, right, or both. It is on both, and we got pressure in the green. So I just checked it's normal.
Fire protection.
Tested.
Engine instruments.
Check.
Rear lights and horn.
Checked.
Hydraulic system. Checked.
And turn this on right now. That will allow us to get hydraulic pressure both sides. And as soon as we have hydraulic pressure, we can close our doors.
Radar and transponder.
Checked.
Stabilizer, rudder, and aileron. trim.
Checked, zero.
Spoilers.
Disarm.
Rudder, hydraulic control.
Powered.
Cabin altitude.
Checked
control
auto.
lights, slats.
Up, lights
Fuel
out.
Control levers.
Off.
Radio.
Check.
Originating and receiving checklist before start checklist.
Okay. Before start, we'll close our doors. Hello there, pilot. Official iPilot. Reddit, oh god. Yep. Hello. What's up? How's your stream going? So you were doing a flight as well? Okay, yep. We got hydraulic pressure, so let's close these doors. Start with the big door. There we go, shut. And then the bottom cargo doors. This is going to be shut. Set. And then we close our main door. Shut. Aircraft doors are all shut. Checked. Door lights are all out. Checked. Fuel tanks can go on, and we can get some lighting outside. So position lights on, anti-collisions on, and ground floods can go on as well. That way they know we're going to start an engine. The red light comes on. Heading off to good old Whiteman. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Heard you've been enjoying the snow. I thought I would join in with some of my own snow, although it's not as good as the P3D snow or precipitation effects, but we got snow nonetheless. Minus 8 degrees Celsius where we're at right now. Anyways, before start, checks please. And I didn't do one more thing, that is set our V-speeds. For takeoff, our current gross weight is 94,000, so we'll use a 95,000 weight, set flaps 15. So I'll set the speed bugs. And at flaps 15 we have V1 of 120 knots, rotate at 123, V2 at 131, flaps retract at 52, slats retract at 177. One engine climb speed in case one of our engine dies. This is the speed we're aiming for with the clean flaps. And if you do have flaps or without flaps basically. With flaps we're aiming for a minimum speed of 131. This is our ideal climb speed. 198. Checked, and speed bugs are set as such. We'll set our target speed to 250 knots, below 10,000. 4-inch bug to 250 set. And before start checks, fuel quantity checked. We require minimum of 23464. We have 23936, so checked.
Oil and hydraulic quantities.
Oil and hydraulic quantity, okay, oil quantity should be above 8, which it is, both checked, and hydraulic quantities are somewhere here as well, they're both full, checked.
Seatbelt sign.
On.
Probe, windshield.
Okay,
captain.
windshield heat is on, and probe heat's on captain's side, CAPT, captain.
Fuel pumps. Check.
All the mains are on, centers will go on once we're in the air.
Cabin pressure panel.
Set.
Altimeters.
Set.
Radios.
Set.
Takeoff warning.
Takeoff
Check.
warning. We can test that before starting the engines. What we do is move the engines, the throttles up, and we'll start hearing a horn. There you go, takeoff warning tested. This horn sounds when you're not configured. In our case, our engines are off, so that's a big deal. You know, aircraft not being ready for takeoff, and also we don't have flaps and all that, so it would warn us. So checked.
Parking brake.
Set.
Departure review.
Completed.
Anti-collision light. Ignition.
Select to
AED
both.
or
Both right here. Set.
Air condition supply.
Off.
Off.
APU air, we'll turn that on now. And verify we have pneumatic crossfeed. Pneumatics. Pneumatic pressure. Checked. Okay, we should be good to start an engine then.
Pneumatic cross feed. Pressure. Open. Check.
And we gotta start the right side engine first, so we turn on the right side. Pneumatic cross bleed.
Before start checklist.
Complete. And now we can start right side engine. So, starting the right. Open this, click the switch.
Starting right engine.
You got N2 rising. Once it hits 20%, we'll bring in fuel. There's 20%. Fuel on. And we should see EGT rising, exhaust temp. There we go, EGT rising, N1 rising. Oil pressure is good, above the red minimum, and oil temperature should start to rise as well. Check, and looks like we got a good engine start on the right side. We should see it go on bus any moment now. We should see this blue light go out and the aircraft will flicker while it changes electricity sources. Once the generator is on. There we go, blue light went out, and the right side engine generator is on bus right now. Left side is still on APU, so once we start the left engine now, we can turn the starter off. And starting left.
Starting left in.
Actually, no, don't start left yet. Close. We turn the right, pneumatic off, left, pneumatic open. Now start left.
Starting left in.
Okay, N2 is rising. Wait for it to hit 20% again. The needle. There it is, 20. Then turn on the fuel. On left engine, then we watch for EGT to rise, checked. N1 rise is checked. Oil pressure should be above the red needle, checked. And oil temperature start to rise. Then we also get fuel flow from the left engine, checked. And now we wait for the left side generator bus light to go off and the start valve switch to come up to close. The switch should go up itself. There it goes. And the blue light goes off. The airplane flickers again because it's switching battery or switching electrical power from APU to the engines. We turn the APU generators off. And now we can shut off the APU. Turn the bleeds on. And APU air off, APU master off. Selectors are closed, ignition leave it on both, start pump is off, center fuel tanks are off. And we're good after engine start checklist.
After start checklist. Annunciator panel.
We
Check.
got elevator travel or rudder travel unrestricted, that's fine. Flight recorder off, that's fine as well. Anti-skid, you can turn that on now. And we definitely will need anti-skid today, it's snowy runway. Checked.
Ignition.
I will leave it at both.
Engine anti-ice.
Can go on now.
Or off.
Definitely need it on. And for that we will also need to turn both pneumatics to open. Engine anti-ice on. Valves are opening. Valves closed, and anti-ice is on for left and right engine. We'll also turn it on for the airfoil, which is our wings pretty much. Okay, we have anti-icings on. Caution warning us. That's fine, we can reset that.
Electrical system.
Check.
Air conditioning supply.
Auto.
Hydraulic system.
R.
High,
On. Both are
check.
high and on. Checked.
Door lights and lock.
Checked.
Shoulder harness.
On.
After start checklist complete.
So we push back and get on our way now. Windows are closed, right? Yep. Left and right side checked. Sure we are warm inside here. Let's see what's our temperature right now. Pretty cold. Inside the cabin it is... Supply is 72, but our temperature inside our cockpit right now is only 32 degrees Fahrenheit, which is in Celsius. The conversion table. Fahrenheit to Celsius. Fahrenheit 32 is only 0 degrees Celsius. It's super cold. We wanted to come up to about 20 degrees Celsius, which is about 70 degrees Fahrenheit, so we want this to come up till here. That's when we will not be freezing in our cockpit. So you can see it's slowly coming up, the temperature. At that point we can take off our sweaters then, but for now we will push back, so let's release the brakes.
Parking brake released.
And get ourselves a quick manual pushback because GSX doesn't work at this airport. Nope, wrong way. That the right way. Thank you for your follow, Bascon, Ollie, welcome to Aviation Hub. This is good enough. Stop the pushback right here.
Parking brake set.
And let's taxi out on our own power.
Before takeoff checklist.
Standby, horizon checked, safe trim 00, flaps slats. Okay, let's extend some flaps.
Slats extended.
Flaps
Flaps
5
5,
and
flaps
15
15.
selected. Blue lights are on, slats extended. And flaps 15 selected and indicated. Check. Takeoff data APR set. We got our V speeds, which are V1 120, rotate 123, V2 131, 1.95 on the takeoff power, EPR 1.92 on the climb afterwards. Takeoff warning check. Air conditioning auto shut off is armed right now. Yes, it is armed. Anti-skid is armed, APU is off, not required. Flight controls checked. Initiator panel checked. Takeoff briefing complete. Minimum takeoff quantity we'll do once we're lined up.
Parking brake
So brakes
released.
released. Let's get to that runway now. Turn on some nose lights. You can see the front. Although it's pretty icy and you can't really see much. Can't really make out what a taxiway is, honestly. But I'm going to use a little nav map right there in the bottom for guidance. question is, can we go out this way? I think we can. Wondering if my wing will clear that. I think it will, yeah. Just stay to the right a little bit. Yeah, should be fine. Chubby beard man, old white-haired guy. Oh, the red dog who lands and silently checks box-headed children when they're sleeping. Lol. Good old Santa. Santa Claus. Okay, I need a little bit more power to start taxiing. FSX doesn't like you taxiing on ice, apparently. Okay, apparently there's a taxiway all the way till the end, so we'll use that instead. Whoa. Okay. Legit. Let's not use this area then, because it's a little bit bumpy. I'm gonna turn around here. Config warning horn. Okay, let's go around the other way. Let's just backtrack the entire runway. I think the safest thing to do would be that. Let's just use the runway. I don't trust the scenery. With the rest of the other bits, it'll just you know, keep throwing us off like it might do again right now. Yep, there you go. Seems legit. This right here, where we are at, is the runway supposedly, so stay on it. Bit bumpy, as you can see. This right here is the end of the runway, as you can see by the markings on the ground. So we'll turn around here and then take off in the opposite direction. Not really a runway, it's more like empty area in the middle of a field. And we'll be coming back here to land on a fly-in, so that'll be fun. lined up in the middle. Okay, why do I keep getting a takeoff config warning on? What are we missing here? Oh, trim was way off again. There we go, reset it, should be fine now. And we got minimum 232 is what we need, 233 is what we have. We are good on minimum takeoff fuel.
Stand, stay Atlantic,
Takeoff announcement completed. Radar transponder normal on. Mode C on. Ignition set to both before takeoff checklist completes. Okay. Turn that on as well. Transponder on. Mode C. And let's take off now. Takeoff power first. Hey, 70%. Thrust stable. Takeoff power. It's set 1.95. Brakes released. And we're rolling. Airspeed alive.
80 knots.
Checked.
V1. Rotate.
Okay,
V2.
rotate. Nice and easy.
V2 plus 10.
And positive rate. Hold that
Positive
160
rate of
knots.
climb, you're up.
You're going up.
You're up and locked.
Okay, head out on the heading 014, the heading bug. Keep on it for now. Until we reach 658 feet. There we go, we got 700, and now we can make that left-hand turn. Standard rate turn. So keep the ball center, 25-degree bank angle. And hold that turn best we can while still climbing. And we'll also use the GPS for terrain guidance. And now we're going to head back, heading 212. Needle is roughly where we gotta turn. Keep climbing. About 3,300 already. Check, and we can start accelerating now. This up a little bit. Get my climb power now. 1.92. Power set. Keep the heading. Once we got this to pointing at 05, which it is doing right now, we start the right-hand turn to waypoint GIRLO. Not yet, actually. It's pointing to 90 right now. 6th is there, 50. We want to point it there. So keep on this heading for now. Keep climbing. A little bit of 50150. And start accelerating as well. Speed check.
Flaps 5.
Hello gaming, what's up? Interesting departure we got going. AMOs. Don't need turning clearance anymore, I think. We got OBS. Speed check.
Flaps up. Slack the track.
250 knots. Keep us climb to at least 7,000. That is our MSA. There you go. Needles at 60. Keep it going to 50. Right about where my mouse is. A bit more. So at 50, pretty much we'll be clear of this terrain right here. Then we can start turning right to waypoint GIRLO, which is heading 264. Okay, we got 250 knots. And there's 50. Okay, let's go to GIRLO now. Right turn, heading 264. Thank you for your follow. Welcome to UHMD Gaming. Right, pick up that. $10,000 feet. Lights off. That's in the dark. Okay, our trim's up. Accelerating to about 320 knots now, and set up our autopilot for that as well. Past transition already, so did it back to 2992. It's not that far off really. Passing 11.3. Just trim a little bit more, and what I'm going to do to engage autopilot is turn that on. Bird speed maintain. Autopilot engaged. Not my aircraft anymore. And what I'm going to do is turn anti-icing off now, because I think we're clear of most of the clouds and I don't see any more that I'm going to be flying into. I'll keep airfoil anti-ice off, but I'll turn it into anti-ice off. That way we can get more bleed air. Keep the cabin warm. Takeoff checks, please. After takeoff check. Gear flaps flat.
Slants. 1,000 to go.
Up and lights out. Ignition can go to off.
Fuel pumps.
All 6 can go on.
Air conditioning auto. Shut off. Pressure.
Override.
Override. Check.
Checked.
Annunciator panel.
All black.
Check.
Assisting annunciator panel. Hydraulic systems. Set it up to off, normal, off, check.
After takeoff checklist, preliminary landing checklist.
Okay, after takeoff checklist completed and we're all set. Just gonna reduce my vertical speed a little bit. That way we can accelerate to 320 knots and then we'll maintain an IS hold climb. And we want to keep our EPR at 1.92 for climb, so adjust that accordingly for the duration of today's flight. And let me read chat as well now. Okay, so hello gaming128. Do you play with a controller or mouse? I am using a Cytec ProFlight yoke actually. So a lot more than that, and we're climbing all the way to 340 now. Our cruising alt. I use a ProFlight yoke, T-Flight rudder pedals, and the throttle quadrant that comes with it. So if you're wondering what my setup looks looks like. Give me a second, I'll just show you. How close to landing? Pretty far, we just took off. It's a 2.5 hour flight, so it'll be a while till we need to land. We just took off from UHMD, now we're heading our way to UHMM with some equipment that we are carrying for fuel, sorry. We're carrying for a contract we picked up on Reddit. So if I just show you, 1 second. Can you guys see my desktop now? No, you can't. Okay, why you do this, OBS? There we go, now you can see. So this is on Reddit, we picked up this cargo mission, I guess, or job, a contract, pretty much. Someone wanted 4 55 gallons of 55 gallon drums of avgas. If you're wondering what those are. That's those blue drums, you know. You see those are lying around airports. So that filled with aviation gas, 100 LL avgas, which looks like that blue liquid, that one right there. Aircraft fuel. In flying to one of these airports, UHMM does not have any of this on their own. They have jet fuel, but they don't have this 100 LL avgas available at this airport. So what we're doing is bringing these drums, pretty much, of fuel, 4 of them, on this airplane to UHMM for this guy. We're charging him $3,067 US for it, bringing it to him, and then deliver it to him. That way he can use it to fill his Mooney Bravo airplane that he's going to be flying from here further into South Korea, sorry, to RKSI. He's doing an around the world trip on this airplane of his, and then he needed fuel at this airport once he gets there, because the airport doesn't have fuel on its own. So yeah, rip gear up. Gears up, man. What about the gear? What happened to the gear? But anyways, that's what we're transporting, that's what we're doing today. And hello there, Panos. And other than that, this is what my setup looks like, pretty much. Let me just start a little nav map also. 1 second. Boom. So yeah, this is what it looks like normally. So I have my SciTech ProFlight yoke right here, the throttle quadrant that comes with it, the mouse keyboard, exactly this setup. Actually, I've moved this keyboard down on the side here now. And what I did is put my tablet over here right now with chat, the phone where I'm reading off of. It's a plane I'm flying. This is my monitor, and I added a second monitor over here already. It's a little bit of an older picture. But yeah, that's the kind of setup I'm flying with. And down below I also have T-Flight rudder pedals. T-Flight rudder pedals below the desk, which I use for turning the aircraft left-right using the rudder controls. I got those down low, and the rest of the things up top. Doing good, Panos, doing good. Just took off for another 2-hour flight, transporting some fuel. And this Christmas music is 10 out of 10 right now. Also, there's FSX, so once you look away, sounds go away. So get back to the plane and monitor the situation, see what's happening right now. We're climbing out of 21,000. We're almost to our target climb speed. Actually, you know what? This is good. I will engage IAS hold. Make sure to take off power, or sorry, climb power is still set. Up, gears, and yep, this is the Coolsky DC-9 once again. There we go. Maintain this speed. Get the best rate of climb we can on this speed. It'll keep adjusting, and it'll take us up all the way to level 340. And this is our flight plan, pretty much what it's going to be like. So I'll show you a little map and zoom out a little bit. That's how long our flight plan is, and this is where we are generally in the world. This is the kind of weather we're dealing with. This is our weather radar. And our destination's right here, as you can see, in the middle of this bit of a stormy area there, which we're going to have to deal with. Once we get there, the weather right now at the airport, 360 at 9er, gusting 16 meters per second winds. Visibility is down to 2100. There is snow, low visibility, temperature minus 15, QNH 1014. So it's going to be fun once we get there to deliver. But if I get rid of the weather there, then you can see where we are in the world basically. So this part of the world. So we are in the first or the eastmost airport in Russia is where we took off up from right now, from Provideniya Bay. So the airport was well, DFR probably see a little bit better. This was the airport right here. So we took off to the north through this bay, turned around, and then flew out of the bay until we were 050 heading from this NDB, and then we made a right-hand turn. And currently we are flying to this first waypoint over here, which is waypoint GIRLO. That's what we're flying towards. And then from GIRLO we will be joining the Gulf 212 airway, G212, all the way east, west, and then south on the Whiskey 317, all the way to our destination airport. And then from once we get near the airport, we will pick up a at waypoint Ginan, we'll pick up a star, so that shall take us right over the airport. And once we pass the airport, we'll head south a little bit, then north, and land on runway 10 on the ILS afterwards. So yeah, I was flying on a real plane. It was so cool, to be honest. It was a small one, but great control, airfield, and G-force. Nice. What plane was it, man? I was watching Crash of the Century documentary. Oh, nice. Which crash were you watching? But yeah, so we are right now somewhere over here. It's gonna be 2.5 hours till we reach there, and along the way we'll have this storm to deal with, which will be fun. And as you can see, it's been picking up and it's heading slowly in this direction. But by the time we get there, probably we'll be like right in the middle of it. So that'll be fun. Oh, Antonov 2, damn nice, man. Jealous of you of that. Pretty cool aircraft. Speaking of which, recently Aerostat released an Antonov 2 for P3D V4. Might pick it up at some point. Basically a Russian Otter, the 8C3. Pretty cool plane. Got a 24 knot crosswind, a little bit of headwind component there. Oh, it's just called the Crash of the Century. Okay, let me look. It's Crash of the Century. It's probably the Tenerife incident then, right? Yep, Tenerife, the 2747. Yep, all that. Yeah, was a pretty rough one, that one. Two fully loaded 747s hit each other. It's gonna be an ouch moment. Always gonna be an ouch moment. Okay, passing 25. Once we reach about flight level 280, we'll switch from IAS to Mach. So right now we're using Mach, which is the numbers right here. 300 knots is what we're climbing at right now, roughly. Indicated airspeed. Above flight level 280, we'll start using Mach, and we're supposed to be climbing at Mach point 0.72. So that's pretty much what we're doing as well right now, 0.7, 1, and 2. But as soon as we get higher, our Mach speed, as you can see, will start moving up. And once we're above flight level 280, we stop looking at the indicated airspeed and start using the Mach, and then slow us down to maintain Mach 0.72 on the climb, and then we'll be cruising at Mach 0.74, I believe. Actually, let me confirm. What speed are we going to be cruising at? Let's see. And there was a lot of people to blame. It wasn't just one particular pilot's fault, but definitely we took some great lessons from it and improved our procedures and stuff. Make sure it never happens again. Okay. So I'm going to look at the DC9 cruise tables, cruise performance tables, to figure out how we're going to be, what what speeds are we going to be looking at for the cruise and engine power settings? So we're cruising at FI level 340. Yes, 340. So 13,000. Nope. Long range cruise at 34,000 feet. 33, 33, 35. There's no 34,000 data, so we'll use the 33,000 feet data. Our cruising weight is going to be, for starters, about 90,000. Right now we're at 92. About 90,000 pounds. So, we'll use the higher number just in case. 92,000 pounds for the cruise. And outside our temperature is going to be minus 50, so minus 50.4 at 92,000. We cruise at Mach 0.745 or 263 knots indicated, and our cruise EPR will be 1.87, which will give us a N1 or N2 of 86.4, N1 84.6, and we'll be burning 2,500 pounds per hour at this rate, and we'll be getting about 85 miles per 1,000 pounds of fuel or mileage. Okay, Mach 0.745, that's our target. And with this orange needle to 745, you can see almost a 280, and our Mach is already at 7.4. We'll reduce it to 7.2 right now for the climb there. So we switch to vertical speed. Descend just a little bit. Reset my throttles there to 1.92. Climb, set. Hey Stormy, what up? You're watching from India? Nice. 7.2 is right there, so climb a little bit to lose some speed. What's up, Stormy? Yeah, indeed, and it is. Okay, it's gonna come down, and 745 will be our cruise. I'm pretty sure it's spelled with an I in the beginning, but yeah, investigators. Investigators, not investigators. Okay, Mach 0.72 right there. And Mach hold all the way to 340. .6 right now. Not much happening out there in the world. It's flying over a boring bit of ocean with some interesting cloud things happening there. Expect a little bit more overcast conditions the further west we go, I guess. Lol, Stormy. Yeah, welcome back, man. Welcome back. Make sure our fuel's doing okay. Also, gotta make sure you get those miles in atmosphere, right? He's not here right now, so you're one up on him right now. But for the whole time that you won't be here till after New Year's, you gotta get a head start for it. Okay, aircraft's going a little bit nuts right now. What is happening? Able to get a climb out of these airspeeds, apparently. And a little bit more throttle, stabilize it maybe. Facing some turbulence. It will not, so the DC-9's autopilot, the way it works is it is not like modern autopilot systems where you just set it an altitude and goes and captures it. The way it works is you control vertical speed or maintain a certain IS hold mode, in which case it'll try to maintain a certain speed during the entire climb. And you gotta monitor it yourself, and once you reach the acquired altitude, what you gotta do is engage the alt hold, which is right there. So it will not actively capture, you have to bring it up all the way to capture it, then engage alt hold once you're happy it is at the altitude you want it to be at. So no, it will not capture. This here, what you dial in, it's just a reminder for you, so you hear an oral warning once you get close to this altitude, basically. It's nothing more than that. So you bring it up to flight level 310 in your case, for example, and once it reaches flight level 310, just turn on alt hold, which is the switch right here. But for now, we cruise over the nothingness that is Russia. Turn that overhead lighting off. Probably should have that panel lighting off as well right now. Don't really need it. We could instead have these party lights. Red party lights. Red cockpit night lighting. The cool thing is you can also sort of see it from the VC, see the pilots are lit up red. Or you can see it from the outside rather, see it into the cockpit. But yeah, that's typically the kind of lighting they use at night, that way they can have good look on the outside while also having light to see inside. Normally, that's what they use the red lighting for. Other than that though, they use the white lighting if they really need to, you know, brighten things up to look for something. You can obviously use the white lighting as well, but that causes a lot of reflection on the glass and you can't really see much outside. IRL. Usually, typically, is what they use on the ground. Other than that, there's obviously the spotlights, which are, you know, these bulbs. Down here, there's two actually. One here, one on that side, and some planes also have one here, depending on which airline you fly for, or some of them, you know, which model you are on. Some they added some lighting there as well, which is what would provide this lighting that you see right here. And we can see right here we have two tubes, one right there, and the other one here, sort of. Same here and here. That gives us this lighting. FS spotlights. Adjust the brightness of this as well, make it fully bright or turn it down just a little bit dim. Make sure FS spotlights are really like that. Cool add-on. I searched it a bit and found that the code route for the iFly is the same with the PMDG. It takes it from its own Flightplan folder. Alright, good stuff, man. Addons, then you know what to do then. With it, good stuff. Since we got a long flight today for the fuel, still got a ways to go. Yes, we got time for some games, if anyone's up for it. Or in-flight entertainment. Nice panels, nice. You know what? Yeah, let's watch some IFE about this particular aircraft that we are flying today. What it is. Okay, we got traffic ahead at TYA 533, sorry, whatever that is. Not sure what that is. The aircraft. Have you ever flown a 747-200? Yeah, I tried to fly the CLS 747s back way back in the day in FS 2004. It was sort of nice. No, not much since afterwards. Look at this traffic 1 second. Oh, interesting. What is Nalik now? Interesting indeed. Now let's move Nalik straight to Geka. That will look a little less weird. Okay, there you go. There's traffic right there. He's 9,000 feet below us and climbing at the moment. Slowly. He's supposed to be 777. You can see him a little bit. I don't remember Panos at the moment, but you probably can just obviously always add it as a aircraft.cfg edit. You can figure out just read the readme instructions for the particular livery you're trying to install. Sure, don't lose instructions there. The aircraft's below us right now. Okay, I see his contrails coming straight at us right now. As you can probably see as well on your sims. Your screens are, sorry. There he is, right below us. Off he goes.
1,000 to go.
Checked. There he is. Goodbye, plane. Just looks like a missile, really. Well, they seem legit, but cool. Okay, 700 feet to go. A little bit more power. Get climb going. No TCAS on the DC-9, no. On the most newer aircraft, they replace it this with the TCAS, so built-in TCAS vertical speed thing. For us, we have the TCAS through this thing, I guess. The GTN. You can go to traffic there, and you can use this as a TCAS. Well, it's more of a terrain awareness system rather than collision avoidance, so it cannot do that. It's just a TAWS system, or just it's just TAS, not TCAS. TCAS is traffic collision avoidance system. This is just an awareness system. All it can do is tell you pretty much where the traffic is. Corrective action you got to take yourself. So right now this guy is TYA 533 category. We don't know about him. He's cruising relatively at 918 knots in comparison to us. His ground speed is 537, and is about 85 below us right now, or 85 track that's heading to us. And yeah. Getka, still heading west into Russia. The DC-9 is retired, right? Depends. In the Western world, pretty much. Only very few DC-9s still operating. DC-932 is pretty much gone. Not many much. Like, there's a couple operating in Africa, but for the most part, they're gone. DC-950s, though, there are still a little bit more operating in South America, and in Africa, of course, most developing regions. There's a few in Asia as well in cargo capacity, but yeah, most of them are getting converted as freighters. If you know, they are to see any service, they're going to be as freighters. But most of them are retired and no more, unfortunately. But here at TwitchAir, we keep them alive and well and going, I guess. And soon we'll have MD-80s as well. Play around with them. From Leonardo Mad Dog. Estimated release was before the end of the year, so we'll see. We got like about 20 days still remaining before the year ends, so hopefully it'll be out soon. Oops, we already passed our cruise alt. We're at 34.6, so let's descend a little bit. That's why you gotta keep paying attention to this. Pressing a little bit of a descent. Get back down to 34, and we're looking to target 745, which is right about there. EPR off. Like we discussed earlier, EPR off 1.87. We're targeting for the cruise 1.87. Hahaha, lol stormy. RIP Indian internet, man. Indian internet. Are you watching on like what, 3G, 4G or something? Or you got actual broadband somewhere? I've seen aircrafts like that in Skiatos or DC-9s, or they're probably MD-80s. MD-80s are still operational around the world. MD-82s, 88s. The chances of it being a DC-9 are very few, especially in Europe actually, because of the noise restrictions and all that. This aircraft is, by today's standards, not okay to be operated in any European airports. Wouldn't be certified. Would need special permits and all that, so yeah. It's actual Wi-Fi but unreliable AF. Yep, sounds about right. Sounds about right. Okay, almost 34,000. Engage at all hold for just a second. Okay, 34,000, alt hold on, and that will maintain whatever altitude we were at for the engaged alt hold. Make our vertical speed to 0, and we're just going to manually adjust the throttles to maintain our speed. And what I'm going to do is move it to 1.87 EPR. Nope, stay on normal. Okay, right side is set, sort of. Left side a little bit more. Finicky. There we go. 1.87 set cruise EPR, and this is our target. The orange is our target Mach speed. Actual obviously will depend on winds and whatnot. So we'll see whatever we can get the best. But this is the EPR setting we want to maintain. We should be expecting a fuel flow rate of 2524. Let's see what we're getting right now. About 2528, 230, give or take. That's estimated. This is what we're actually getting. So that's actually fuel used. Never mind. Then that number you see right there. This is our fuel flow. It's about 2500, yeah, give or take. So matches up as well. Weather looking bad. Oh yeah. Oh hell yeah. Stormy. Look up on Sky Vector actually, if you can see on my stream right now. This is where we are right now. You can see that airport. It's showing up on the nav map with the green, which is the ILS, as you can see, for this airport. UHMA and Nadir. So this is where we are about to reach right now, and we're heading west, southwest right now, and along the way we'll be hitting some bad weather for sure. And our airport itself, UHMM, is going to be pretty interesting. Winds right now 350 at 8, gusting 14 meters per second. Visibility is down to just 1500. And 1100S, that's actual runway visibility reported. With the snow that's happening, it's a blizzard happening right now with the snow. Braking action's okay. Minus 14, minus 8. Temperature minus 14, dew point minus 18, QNH 1014. So, yep, proper winter ops right there. Proper winter bloody ops. When do you think? Oh, what do you think about Imagine Denver scenery? It's pretty crap. Honestly, it runs pretty poorly. Flight beam is the way to go. Now. Okay, there you go. The airport you see below, UHMA. We just passed over, and the city of it right next to it. City of Anadir, there and to the north, roughly. And that's about only civilization we're going to see for the next, I would say, 1 hour until we reach UHMM. Most of this is pretty much barren land with a little bit of military or Air Force outposts, if anything, Navy outposts in between. But no, we're not going to see much in terms of civilization until the airport we get to. So pretty much desolate, barren Russia up ahead. So let me get IFE up and running. Give me a second. Mile High Club. Point of departure. What's up? What's up, guys? And yeah, sorry, probably killed a lot of the audience members here by making you watch a talk show of well, not even a show, just random guy giving a lecture. But I thought it was important, especially since, you know, what he's offering and what it could mean for us as flight enthusiasts or just aviation enthusiasts in general. Like in terms of the add-ons we can expect in the future, maybe, like at some point. And in terms of the kind of travel that we will be able to take on in the future, based off of, you know, the kind of flights that, or the way the industry is headed, I guess is what I'm trying to get at. I think it's a cool idea. Whether or not it actually comes to fruition is highly, you know, like I'm not too sure about it. If he can actually achieve all the things he says he wants to achieve, but hopefully, I mean, we can hope, right? Gonna have some fast-ass travel. I think it'll be pretty cool to take those flights. Having flown a couple of flights trans-Pacific, I can tell you it's not fun. They're super long and you get tired pretty easily. That being said, I haven't flown trans-Pacific on an aircraft like a 787 or A350-9, which tend to have like, or are supposed to have better, you know, pressurization systems and all that, lower cabin alt, so you would feel less tired. Again, but still, it's a long-ass flight, which, if they went supersonic, I think can be shrunk and can make things a lot more interesting, and open up more destinations. Assuming it's also not superly expensive, you know, because if it is, obviously no one's gonna do it. So yeah, that's just my point of view on it. But yeah, let me know what do you guys think as well. In terms of our flight, what's happening right now is, as you can see, still flying over Ruski, over Russia. Still in our DC-9, and we have about 13,000 pounds of fuel remaining on board. We are heading currently to waypoint Jinan, and Jinan is currently 328 nautical miles away from what I can see, which at our current ground speed of 388, we'll be there in about, or true airspeed of 424. We'll be there in about, I'd say 40 minutes, 30 minutes, actually no, yeah, around, or closer to 40 minutes. We'll be at Jinan, and then from the Jinan we'll be taking on our star, the MEBAR 2, into the ILS for runway 10 at UHMM, which is Magdan Airport. Not much in terms of civilization below us right now. We're also actually in that area where the storm was reported. We're not seeing much thunderstorm happening right now, but it's more of a blizzard, snowstorm that's happening below us, and at some point we will be entering down low into it as well, which will make things fun. Definitely going to have anti-icing and stuff on, but yeah. And morning to you there, Crad. It's early here in CA, glad I caught the stream. Well, glad you're up early, man, and sorry to keep you up early on the Sunday, I guess. Not sure if many people like that. I myself got up in the afternoon, but oh well, you know, glad to have you on board. How can I get rid of chat on the right side of my screen? When you're watching a stream, Captain? Okay, let me show you. So if you are watching me on Twitch right now, so where am I? Here. So if you're on Twitch right now, you can see the chat on the right side. You can go full screen to get rid of it, or you can click on this button right here, theater mode. That will put you on screen plus chat on the side, and if you want to get rid of it completely, just click on this white arrow on the very top where it says live. Click that white arrow and chat will disappear. That way you will have only video. You don't have to be in theater mode, but if you're in theater mode, you also get rid of this stuff at the bottom, which if you don't want to see, that way you get full screen. If you're on mobile though, just tap on the screen, I believe, on Twitch app. Other than that, I don't really know how you could do that if you're on any other app. I'm not quite sure, but yeah, that's how you deal with it. And also Streamception right here. Oh, nice. Well, yeah, time zones are a pain, man. Because you know, well, I'm in Hong Kong right now. It's about 11:25 p.m. for me, so I'm streaming quite late. Normally I stream between local time, that is 7 p.m. and about 11 to 12 p.m. Give or take. So that's Zulu time around 1200 to 1500 Zulu. Right now it's 15:25. We've still got a ways to go. So for my standards, it's a little bit late, but yeah, it's hard to make up for the time zones. But it's so cool, man. You got the Mooney in Ketchikan now, and awesome, man. Ketchikan, that's probably not too far now from here. Ketchikan, Alaska. That's okay. I see where you're at now. I see. It's a little ways to go, actually. It's a little ways to go. It's like about 3,000 nautical miles away from here. So good luck, man. But yeah, we'll have your avgas ready. Transporting it in our good old DC-932 CF. TwitchAir just took out of UHMD at about 1 hour and 26 minutes ago, roughly. Took off. And still making our way there right now. Still transporting it. That avgas. Or not flammable. Okay, Kevin alt right now is at 7,000 500 feet right now. Which is quite nice. Old pressurization systems, they weren't that effective. Nope. I want to test that light. And in terms of our temperatures in the cockpit right now, 72 right now, give or take. Degrees Fahrenheit, which is about 22, 23 degrees Celsius. So it's nice and warm, but out there, outside in the air around us, it is super, super, super cold. Right now, I think outside air temperature is minus 50 degrees Celsius. Actually, it's minus 60 degrees Celsius right now. It cruise to 450, but minus 62. What's the fuel temp like? Fuel's at just minus negative 5 or something less than that. So it's good. No need fuel heat right now. The fuel, that gas that we're using can go down to minus 32 there. So this is 0, 0, 10, 20, 30. So if the needle hits there, that's when we need to turn on fuel heat. For now, though, we're okay. Fuel's good. I added an icing mod to FSX that's supposed to simulate icing better. Oh, really? Do you have a name for it, maybe? I can take a look at that. I'm using AccuSim. Well, okay, that does more like sound-related stuff than icing, but it does seem to affect icing a little bit. AccuFeel, rather. Sorry. Yeah, I've had some interesting run-ins with icing conditions in the past. Particularly when we were transporting a HS748, which we got a contract for to deliver to ferry actually from what was that airport? Echo Delta Hotel India Finkenwerder, the Airbus factory or something like that, in Germany, and we had to fly it all the way down to somewhere near Phuket in Thailand, and we were flying through mid-Russia near Kazakhstan or something, and I remember we flew through some severe icing. We nearly crashed and died, really. We had a point where we lost our airspeed indicators and such, even with pitot heat on. The anti-icing wasn't working. We started losing lift because one of our wings were iced up. And it was an interesting time. Like, full power, we're still losing altitude. Fought really hard. And we were like about 200 feet AGL at some point. Nearly crashed and then managed to, get control of an aircraft a little bit. Try to keep it level, try to bring that airspeed up, and then we somehow survived it. That was fun. Winter Opsio. That was really fun. But anywho, you got a mod to simulate icing better, and yeah, at 195 knot cruise, yeah, that's a long way to go indeed. If you Google Dutch ice gauge, it will come up. Alright, sure, let me look it up. Dutch ice gauge. What sim are you using, Crat? FSX, I believe. But yeah, Captain, hope I helped you get rid of chat there. Ice gauges for FSX at the pop-up window. Ooh, okay. So this pop-up window version of the ice gauge for FSX by Charles Owen. This allows the gauge to be used with any aircraft. Typical use would be to place the pop-up on the second monitor, and it can be resized to fit out the way any monitor. The gauge is provided as a way of making winter flying in the sim a little more realistic. This pop-up version is intended for FSX, blah blah blah, modified with permissions from Mr. Charles. The original file is that here. Okay, let's look up the original file first, because I want to see what does this gauge actually do. Ice gauge and icing. Okay, let's look it up. Yeah, but it is scary, man. It is pretty scary. Okay, this nice little ice gauge gives you an icing indication. Okay, other than that, what does it do? Excuse me. Okay, contrary to some popular belief, structural icing is simulated in both versions of the simulator. However, icing rarely appears in cloud layers generated by the real-world download of the standard sim or from most add-ons such as Active Sky. When icing is placed in cloud layers, it is rarely more than light icing. The ice accumulation rate in both sims is so slow that only severe structural icing is liable to cause any noticeable change in aerodynamics of the aircraft, especially if you're flying a larger one. This is good generally because many FS aircraft do not have a working de-icing system because the aircraft panel designers have understood the parameters for enable icing. As often, their structural de-ice switches don't work, so wimpy ice simulation is offset by ignorance but anti-icing. Lol. Okay, if you understand the truth, this is how the gauge can help you. Read the icing.txt file in this package. This gauge does not affect how much or what kind of icing you will encounter. It merely measures how much is on your plane and adds simulation of the consequences of freezing rain in your existing icing conditions. Okay, interesting. So it does not enhance the icing conditions, but it does help an aircraft that did not model it to let you detect icing, I guess, which is cool. In our case, we can definitely figure it out by taking a look at our gauge and stuff, but yeah. Get it into the panel in the 3D cockpit. Nice! If you don't mind me asking, what Mooney are you using? A2A? Wait, no, A2A's Mooney is, no. You have a Piper, sorry, disregard. Disregard. But yeah, I've felt icing before, through Active Sky Next especially, actually. So, I don't know. We'll see. Might give that gauge a go later on, but yeah, I've set my maximum cloud icing to a little bit more, like 120%. Yeah, through Active Sky, I upped it a little bit already through Active Sky, so it makes things interesting. Then again, I haven't flown in winter much yet, so we'll see. We'll see how this goes today. Yes, you can. Planes like the Majestic Q400, the Twin Otter, the Airsoft, and a few others I know of that model it. This airplane, unfortunately, is not that visually models it, but yeah, it's pretty cool. Hildy get where you're coming from there. Cool thing to have. Thanks for letting me know about it, man. Cred. Okay, then what are we doing? 24,000, all checks out, speed's good, power's a bit high. So throttle's a little bit more, might have bumped them up a little bit. 1.87, fuel flow is good, 2.5, both sides checked. Fuel temp's good, oil pressure and everything is looking good, pressurization we took a look at, so yep, cruise checks done for this hour. And let's just see how far out we are now. Oops, nope, wrong thing. We are at 250 nautical miles away. Okay, let's take a look at some charts. And I'll do a quick arrival briefing with you guys so that we know what to expect on our way in. So this is how we departed. That's the charts I have open right now for UHMD, Providenia. But going into Magadan. We are expecting to conduct the MEBAR 2 arrival from the corridor number 3, which is coming in from this side. So the way that works is we should be at flight level 100 at this waypoint, which is 21 or 22 miles away from MEBAR. Okay, checked. And then cross the FK NAB at flight level 900, and then while doing that, descend then flight level 5470 until we are 10 miles away, which we won't be able to measure, but on the 260 QDR from the NDB there, then right hand turn, intercept the ILS and come in accordingly. On the base there, we want to be at 4,160. On final, we want to be at 2795, and then the ILS 10 afterwards. MSA for the area of operation. So we're coming in, MSA 7,000, and once we pass the NDB, 5,700, and once we're on base, 6,200. Checked. Transition level is going to be, current pressure is 1014, so transition level for us will be flight level 90. TL090 checked, and as for the ILS, and we'll get the weather briefing in just a second as well. for the ILS, we'll have a frequency of 110.3 India Fox Kilo, that's the identifier. The ILS for Fox Kilo, I guess. Course of 104. Intercept at 3340. Barometric at 279 for above ground level. Minimum they're going to be 746 feet. 746, okay. Sum it up now, before I forget. 746, so that's 600 and 700, right about there. Hello, Valkyrie. How you doing? I'm using FSX default Mooney with a friendly panels glass cockpit. Oh, I see. The steam gauge cockpit was just not very user friendly. Yeah, I mean, yeah, default planes. Edit the aircraft CFG to add in a ferry tank. Nice. Nice. Okay, there we go. Glide so is 2.8 degrees, so it's a little bit of a shallower glide slope than you find in the west. Typically is 3 degrees. In Russia they're mostly 2.9 or lower actually. 2.8, 2.7 even. So shallower approach there for us. Given our approach speeds of about 150, we would be descending at about 750 feet per minute roughly on the ILS there. In case of missed approach or go around. So okay, our minimum 746 feet. And I expect low visibility because of a blizzard and snowstorm passing over the airport right now. So we'll see, but we should have good visibility by, or at least see some approach lighting or something, which it does have. HIALS, high intensity approach lights, and it also has a poppy to the left of the runway. So it has these lights before. We should be able to identify at least these by minimums, in which case we will continue. If that is not the case, we will execute a missed approach, which will be climb on a heading 104. Pretty much a pattern, really, honestly. Right side traffic pattern for the runway, but climb on a heading 104 till 3830 feet, then turn right onto 284, climbing to 5470, and then according to the chart, descent again on the base. Otherwise, just maintain a hold pattern over the runway as such. Pretty much is what it looks like. But alright, we expect a 4% minimum climb gradient. So that's going to be at about 4%. It's going to be about 1,100 feet, I think, for us, give or take. MSAs are same as discussed, 7,000 to 700. Approach course is as such as well. Transition level will be flight level 090 for us. And let's grab the weather as well from Active Sky. Active Sky. Conditions for uniform, actually. Just load in a flight plan here, that way I can get it on a voice as well. Okay, let's get the Addons on voice then. 122.05, I think. Nope. I turned on the wrong thing. That one.
Abbreviated briefing from your current position to Uniform Hotel Mike Delta to Uniform Hotel Mike no secrets active for your route of flight, no air mats active
Nope,
for your
Uniform Hotel
122.02.
Mike,
There we
airport
go.
information, Juliet 1500 Zulu, weather, wind
It's probably gonna change
019
soon.
at 16, gusting to 29, visibility 1,
Wow,
sky
windy.
condition, ceiling 900, overcast, ceiling 900, overcast, moderate, snow, temperature -14, dew point -18, QNH 1015. Advise on initial contact, you have information. Juliet, Uniform Hotel Mike.
Aha,
Mike,
that's gonna be fun.
Airport information, Juliet 1500 Zulu, weather, wind 019 at 16, gusting to 29, visibility.
Alright, we got Juliet. We'll grab it again, and once we start descending, it's probably going to change. It changes every 45 minutes, so it's probably going to change soon. Last is the 1500, or change every 50 minutes, I believe. So current, or at least last MEBAR, the winds were 019 at 16 gusting to 29. So the runway we're landing at, just for record, is 10, and we're experiencing some turbulence, as you can see right here. Flying over the blizzard area, seatbelt signs on. Some severe turbulence here. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. We're landing on runway 10, which is heading off 100, and we're gonna have a crosswind, direct crosswind off 19 knots, gusting to 26. Oh, sorry, to 29 knots. That will make things really interesting on this aircraft. Demonstrated max crosswind for this airplane is 35, so we're still below that for now, so we can continue legally this approach. But it'll be a heavy crosswind from the left, pushing us to the right. Overcast at 900 feet. Now our minimums, or our minimums, yeah, 700, but the ceiling's low. Let me just see the charts, just to confirm that we can actually legally conduct this approach as well. It's a required ceiling. Required ceiling is... yeah, the bug I set was for the minimums, and the minimums were the barometric. So it's MSL, 746 MSL. AGL would be 200 feet, or that's radio, pretty much minimums. But no, this thing is a... well, actually, you know what? Yeah, that thing's a radio altimeter, so I should set it down to 200. My bad. Rip. Set the wrong thing up. Thanks for reminding me. Now this thing should be at 200 radio. This is radio altimeter, and this one's bugs. I had to set it up at 746. I'm an idiot. 746 should be right about there. This one should be at 200 radio on the radio altimeter. My bad, I could have ended badly. Yeah. Taking a look at the charts here. It's our required ceiling. Required visibility range 720 meters. We definitely got more than that right now. Visibility 800 meter. Approach ceiling doesn't say, but we should be fine. Overcast at 900, minimums at 746. Well, 900 AGL, that is. Minimums at 200, so we should have enough visibility to conduct. But either way, we have the ILS to bring us in. I don't think we are Cat 1 or 2 capable here. Nope. ILS is the most precise thing we got, and we'll see. Might have to do a go around. Might have to even divert to an alternative, but we'll see. It's gonna be fun. A lot of crosswinds, snow, moderate snow, so braking action possibly could be affected there, although Flight Sim doesn't really model it that much. And we have a QNH of 1015 with a transition level of 090. Set. And what we're gonna do now is figure out when we need to start descending, or top of descent. So, open up the GTN, do some V-calcs. We want to be at procedure, nope, not that, sorry. Utilities, vertical calculations. We want to be at 11,000 feet, sure, by Jinan, let's just say, at a descent rate of 2,000 feet per minute. So we need to start descending in 31 minutes. This is our top of descent, or, yeah, 31 minutes, okay. Remind me with a message. If you remember, on the chart there, if you take a look at the MEBAR 2, it said flight level 122 miles after, so 11,000 in MEBAR works. Actually, probably could be higher in MEBAR since 22 miles to go, but I'll just put me in a shallower descent for later. And we only have 1,000 feet to lose in 21 miles as well, so yeah. But yeah, still have a long way, still a decent 30 minutes or so. And then just the target alts are as such, which I will monitor by having the charts open on my second screen there. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, the weather is definitely taking a turn. For the worse, it's not going to get any better based on the TAF. It's actually getting worse. And if we take a look at a SkyVector recent data, refresh that. That's where we're getting the storm. It's actually dying out a little bit, but it's still heading a little bit north. And our airport's still part of it, and we're gonna have to deal with it at some point. So it's gonna be fun. Recently reported MEBAR here. Wind 0108, gusting 15 meters per second. Visibility is down to just 1700 right now. Runway 10, 0800. RVR 800. Oof, it's cutting it close right now. We'll monitor the situation some more again, but yeah, it's 800 meters right now. Our RVR visibility requires 800 meters. Right now, visibility reported is 1700, so we're still good on the visibility. But RVR is 720, and it is right now reported to be 800. So it's getting close to bare minimums, but it's still above it right now. So for now, technically, we can still continue the approach. So we'll keep an eye out for this, try and monitor the situation. But yeah, not a good day to be flying to this airport, I would say. A little bit better than yesterday, but it's not the best. So yeah, things will be fun. So what I'm going to actually do right now is change my VCAL up a little bit. And I want to be at, let's say, 13,000. At waypoint Ginan at 2,000 feet per minute, so it's up a decent in 28 minutes. Here we go. And I gotta find a charger for my damn thing. Phone's dying. Rip. Second. There we go, got it. But if you guys want to know, like, some things about where we're going. So we're heading into Magdan Airport, UHMM. Or Sokol Airport as it is known, Magdan Sokol. And a little bit of Wikipedia reading on it. Let's go ahead and do that right now. Might as well, we got time. So it's an airport, Sokol, in the Magadan Oblast in Russia, located 70 kilometers north of the city center of Magdan. Or Magadan, whatever you want to say it. The airport is sometimes confused with the Dolinsk Sokol Air Base in Sakhalin Island, which was home to the fighters that shot down the Korean Air Flight 007 in 1983, which was a 747 that went off route and got shot down, so RIP. Anyways, in 1991, let's tell a little bit of history of this airport. The town gained exposure to the Western world with the inauguration of Alaskan Airlines flight to the United States using a McDonnell's MD-80. Ooh, same family at least. Of aircraft there, MD-80s. Flying a DC-9, MD-80 was just like an extended fuselage, and a little bit upgraded avionics version of the DC-9 rather, still part of the same family. Originally designated DC-980 as the title there. Anyways, so the airport first had scheduled operations from Alaska Airlines on board MD-80 jets, which is quite interesting. According to an anecdotal story published by the New York Times, the first Alaska Airlines flight needed de-icing services, which were unavailable at the airport. Lols. How did this airport operate then? You know, if it didn't have de-icing. But anyway, I'll leave the sim in here because we're serving some turbulence, and I'm sure you guys want to see that instead, and I'll just read off it there. But interesting. Okay, so here's an interesting note there. So it needed de-icing services. It was unavailable, so the flight crew acquired a quantity of vodka and sprayed it onto the wings. Seriously? How much more Russian can you get? They use vodka to de-ice the aircraft. Seems legit. Seems totally legit, but okay. Vodka to de-ice. Sounds good. In 1995, the airline threatened to discontinue the Russian service due to difficulties with contract workers. Alaska Airlines flighting to Magdan and elsewhere in Russia were halted in 1998, shortly after the 1998 Russian financial crisis. Aeroflot stopped service to the airport a while ago, but they resumed service in March 30th, 2009, flying Airbus A330s and A320s. Currently, the airport is serviced by Tu-154s, A320s, a Russia Airlines 777, Korean Air 777 used to be, now flown by Russia, and also a couple of. We're experiencing moderate turbulence right now. Jeez. Hold on to your pants. It also flew a couple of MD-11Fs freighter service to this airport in the past. Routes from Beijing, Seoul, or Tokyo to this airport. Interesting. Yakutia Airlines also operates into this airport with a fleet of Sukhoi Superjets and 757s in cargo capacity. Other than that, other than using vodka for de-icing, this airport is not that much special or different, really, than your average airport. Terrain around it makes it a little bit interesting. The airport is like pretty much in a valley with the terrain, high-rising terrain both to the north, the south, and to the east. To the west, it's a little bit better the way you're coming in on the ILS. It's a little bit of opening there, but it's still terrain. The highest point of the terrain to the north is about 3,800 feet, 3,900 feet. To the south is about 3,400 feet within like 10 miles of the airport. So in case something goes wrong, you know, we're looking to climb to at least 5,700 feet. So we maintain a good 2,000 feet between us and the highest point in the terrain, which is ideal. So togas will be interesting in case then there is a need for it, and I highly unfortunately think that there will be a need for it, given the weather conditions at the airport at the moment reported. Like, there's a good chance we will have to execute misapproaches, hold a little bit longer, and then try to come in again. So we'll see there. About 10,400 pounds of fuel remaining on board. We have totally emptied our center tanks, and we're burning off the left and right main tanks now. So center tanks can go off. At this point, we should have had on board the aircraft 10,300. We should have had exactly 10,300 at waypoint Jinan. We are currently having, how many miles to go to Jinan? Pick up the GPS. We still have 100 miles to go, and we're already at 10.3. This rate, we are burned a little bit more fuel than planned or expected. So we'll see. But anyways, we're supposed to be arriving with 8,700 remaining still in our tanks. That includes a final reserves contingency of 15% and alternate fuel of about 5,600 pounds in itself, which we can forego our alternates if need be, just hold a little bit longer over this airport because the alternate is like 1 hour away. And given the wind conditions, the chances of our getting there are pretty slim. Let's see, man, let's see. Let's see how it goes. Definitely burning a lot more fuel, like still 103 miles to give her a 10.2. And 100 miles at this rate. We'll be there in 20 minutes at 2,500 pounds per hour. We'll be arriving with 9.6, roughly is my estimate, at Jinan, 9.6, which is 800 pounds below estimated. So we're burning 800 pounds more fuel than expected. So if all goes well, we'll be arriving at our airport with 7,600 still on board. So let's see. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, the turbulence and the wind conditions right now aren't helping us much, honestly. Let's see if the winds are a little bit smoother above us. Currently, we are at 34,000. Winds are at 182 at 31, and if we go any higher, they're gonna go pick up in speed. If we get lower, we do get a little bit of calmer winds, less turbulence, but it'll also increase our fuel burn, which at this point we don't want. So we'll just have to ride through this turbulence, I guess. But this is why I guess we fly cargo, right? For passengers, you probably wouldn't want to get lower to you know, smoothen it out a little bit. But when flying cargo, you can sort of put up with it a little bit more. But yeah, no smooth ride into where we're going, and blizzard snowstorm expected in our destination, or at our destination, which will definitely keep us on our feet. So about the people in chat, how are you guys doing? What are you guys even doing? Doing any flights of your own right now? If so, hope you're having better luck than I am. Thank you for your follow, Zach Burns. Welcome to Aviation Up, man. Appreciate the follow. Appreciate the follow, my friend. Give me a second, let me just reply. Playing GTA 5, waiting for my new PC arrives. Nice. When are you getting it? No, oh yeah, I totally blanked out there, Kinger. You asking me about a 1050 Ti, right? What were you saying? Your question again? I remember reading it. I thought I'll reply to it later. Then I totally, you know, zoned out about it. What were you asking? And what are you getting in your new computer-wise? And when are you expecting to get it? Terrain below us is quite nice right now. Mountains stuff. Unfortunately, can't see much of it due to the clouds and turbulence. And also give me a second. getting an AMD Ryzen 5 and a GTX 1050 Ti. Not bad, man. Looking through 3 photo section of Magdan on Google Maps. What do you see? What do you see? You can see by the terrain satellite view of where we are right now. If I zoom in, what kind of terrain we're flying over right now. Alright, we can go a topo map for you guys. Take a look at the topography of this area. On the bottom left there, let it load in. Give it a few seconds. Oh, if you recommend buying a 50 Ti for, I mean, it's not top of the line, but yeah, I mean, it will definitely work for a P3D, if you're asking. P3D is very, at least V4 is very GPU intensive, if you want to run it at max settings and stuff like that. So, like, your 1050 Ti should be better than my 970, honestly. So, I run a 970 right now, so you'll be good. AMD, again, I have no experience with that. I've never used an AMD card before, or AMD CPU before, so on paper, yeah, it sounds good. Especially since V4 can actually make use of multi-threads, and also you're definitely looking for a higher clock speed per core as well. And yeah, Ryzen should be a good fit, I guess. But 1050 Ti could be better in the future, but for now, I mean, should be pretty equivalent, if not a little bit better than my 970, in which case should be able to run about medium to medium high settings. Again, depends on where you fly, the airports, and what airplane you use. Some airplanes a little bit more heavy, so you got to turn your settings down, and especially if you're flying in populated areas, you want to probably turn your settings down as well. But if you're flying over the middle of nowhere like in Russia, you can probably get away with higher settings than V3D, V4 as well. Yeah, I mean, yeah, of course, Kangaroo. It is. I mean, look at my target right now for buying it. $746, bloody miners. Drove the price up like crazy. Drove up the prices like crazy. It does, crowd, yeah, it does. I watched a couple of videos of airplane landing there on YouTube. It doesn't look like a very welcoming place. And not a place that's seen much development recently. It does get like a 777 load of people flying in and out, so I don't know what they do there, but yeah. That's like how expensive my entire PC is. Lol. Rip. But I mean, the thing is, like Kangaroo, if you build like a good platform, like get a decently sized PSU, like spend on it now, and wait for the graphics card's prices to drop. You can always, always switch your GPU, like sell your old one, get a new one, or just, put in a new one at a later date. That definitely works out, as always. So not that big of an issue, But the thing is, like, you want to make sure you have your PSU, your motherboard, all supporting of it, ready capable for an upgrade, which is pretty much what I had in mind when I built my PC. Now for the chip, I can't really upgrade. I can upgrade to a little bit more higher, like 5th gen Intels, but not much I can do with my motherboard there. But I can definitely upgrade the graphics card, and my PSU is definitely good enough. It's like a 650 watt right now. I'm using like about 400, so I can go for a bigger GPU. And my case was definitely ready for it as well. It has enough cooling size, all that. But yeah, probably sometime in the future, if miners let go, we will be able to get cheaper cards there. One can hope. Maybe. Alright, where are we at? How are we doing in competitions? In 13 minutes, 1-3. Okay, so at 16:19 Zulu roughly, I'm looking to start descending. The turbulence is not going to go away anytime soon. My speed keeps dropping drastically. We're cruising at a Mach 0.768 right now. Lulz. are 9.4 already and still haven't reached our waypoint. Huh, my estimate was wrong then. The Jinan is 38 miles away. I was estimating 9.6 when we arrived. We are at 9.4 and still haven't reached, so rip. The winds just keep picking up more and more. That's not good for us. I mean, I could go higher, but I'm just gonna have to start my descent a little bit earlier then. Which also I don't really want. Yeah. Wait, I'm 30 miles away and still not ready for a descent? How does that work? Minutes, okay. Hello there, Christian. How you doing? Welcome back. Good to see you here, man. I played P3D on a 950. Well, okay. Your 1050 Ti is gonna be like 10 times better than your M chip, really. Like, even though it's a 950, it's still a mobile chip, and a full desktop size GPU will be any day better than a mobile chip. At least as far as tech goes right now, so you'll definitely experience a much better performance, you know, than that, definitely. So, it'll be fine. I'm doing okay for now. A little bit concerned about our situation. We're experiencing some heavy turbulence right now, and we're about to be descending into a blizzard, or a snowstorm, if you must. And the conditions at our airport are not looking any better. And we're burning fuel more than we expected as well, so slightly concerned is what I would say I am right now. But for now we're okay. If it starts getting down to 6,000, that's when I'm going to get a little bit concerned, or deeply concerned, and try to land this ASAP, and might even do some Russian things by breaking minimums and continuing on the ILS even beyond the stipulated minimums. But I mean, it's either that or you crash, you know, run out of fuel. Better be illegal than die, right? But yeah, we have an interesting situation developing as we speak. Let's get some updated weather for the airport. It's past the hour, so it should have updated now. Let's see what they got.
Uniform Hotel Mike airport information Mike 1500
On the bottom left.
019er at 16 gusting to 29er visibility 1 sky condition ceiling 900 overcast.
Uniform Hotel Mike airport information November 1500 Zulu weather wind 021 at 16 gusting to 29er visibility 1 sky condition ceiling 900 over. Uniform Hotel Mike airport information November 1500 Zulu weather wind 019 at 16 gusting to 29er visibility 1 sky condition ceiling 900 overcast ceiling 900 overcast moderate snow temperature -14 dew point -18 QNH 1015 advise on initial contact that you have information November. Uniform Hotel Mike airport information November.
Alright, we got November now. We had Juliet previously, and we have November current, and November says visibility is down to 1 mile now, or 1 kilometer. We need 800, so we're doing okay on that front. Winds 021, 16 gusting 29, still about the same. 900 overcast, still moderate snow temperature -14, dew point -18, QNH of 1015. Yeah, still not that great. Alright, no problem, Cristiano. No props, but yeah, things are not looking that great. And we're almost to Jinan. This doesn't seem right in the calculations. Want me to hold at Jinan? yeah. The heck? Yeah, the VCAL is solely off because it's making me go to MEBAR and then come back. So, yes. We should start descending now. Might be a little bit high. Okay, starting our descent. Let's go mock hold. Lower those throttles there to try to keep it 2,000 feet per minute descent. But we're going in. Visibility is still above minimums required right now, so for now we are legally okay to continue, and we will continue and try to make that landing there. But oof, things are not that great right now. Updated weather, winds 0108, gusting 15, 1700, 800. Runway reported visibility is 800 as well. Eesh. Not looking forward to making this landing, honestly. It's not gonna be fun. I'll just say that. Want to be at 7,000 by FK, 9,000 by FK. So let's feed that in. Procedure, we're going to go for the ILS and calc. Target waypoint FK and 9,000. Keep descending now at a 2,000 feet per minute. Okay, idle the power a little bit more. Okay, about 2,000 right there. Good. And we are targeting. Dial this down. We are targeting right now 9,000 feet. Kangaroo, are you using a weather add-on like Active Sky or something? And obviously you also got to make sure, you know, you're flying somewhere that has bad weather and stuff like that also, you know, obviously. And we're going to IS hold now. Instead of Mach hold below 28. Keep that descent going, please, aircraft. But yeah, not at all looking forward to this landing. Let's change it to nope. Okay, we're almost to MEBAR now. Using your freeware tool. Well, that could be it. If you haven't set it up properly yet for the weather. You can see a little bit of terrain poking its head through all that low-level clouds and fog there. Pretty cool. But yeah, we're gonna be fully IMC in a short bit. That's gonna make things fun. Hey! HSV, thank you for the sub, man. 3 months, resub. Thank you, Captain. Thank you, Captain, indeed. Guess must be enjoying that emoji a lot. Or emote. Good to keep resubbing. But thanks, man, appreciate it. Oh boy. Not looking forward to this landing at all. This is barely above the minimums required. Visibility is super low. We're landing into a snowstorm, a blizzard, actually, is what it reports in the MEBAR. Brace. Brace for impact. Can't Discord without Captain anymore. No. Great, it's working just as intended then. That was my big master plan the whole time. Make an emote so irresistible that they would have to subscribe, regardless of the content. Alright, heading some clouds. Tat is -20, so any icing can go on now. Cross feeds open. Hurry. Fuel heat required? Nope. Oh, good. Descending to core 3 now, at which point we should be at level 100. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be close. Probably should have this open now since there's not much I can see visually out there. It's my only guidance for terrain at the moment. Yeah, exactly. I mean, look online where you can see like there's some bad weather and try to load up there in your sim to see if like that way at least you'll know if your weather is working properly. If not, yeah, you might want to look at your add-on settings to see if it's configured properly connecting to your sim, so on and so forth. P3D doesn't have that tool. FSX real-time weather, yeah, it's pretty good actually. For P3D Kangaroo, you might want to look at, I think that works in P3D V4 as well, but I can't be too sure. But you might want to also look at grabbing Active Sky and Sail whenever it's happening next. Honestly, like it's like a must-have tool, in my opinion. But if not, there's FSGRW, you can get it on trial mode for like 30 days and give that a go as well, see if you like it. But next sail, if you can, I would say grab Active Sky. It's totally worth it. Okay, 13.6, descending rapidly. Okay, estimated landing weight about, let's say, 77 tons. So we'll use a 78 landing weights. We'll use, given the wind conditions, flaps 40, give us a little bit more speed. And as such, our clean speed is 191. Slats extend at 155. Our pattern at 0, no slats, fully clean. sorry, pattern at flaps 0, just slats, 155. 129 is our approach speeds, and landing 122. So add to that, given our wind conditions, they're gusting to 29. I would say keep it at 140, roughly. It's going to be our target, and it should start slowing down to 250 knots now. To engage vert speed mode. Approaching 10,000. So we should be exactly 10,000 over this waypoint, so we engage and hold 10,000 and start slowing down to 250 knots. About idle that power. That is true, yeah, Kangaroo. Unfortunately. How much you can port over. Twin Otter is one of those things you can, though. And we're at 10,000 all told. Slow down. Can't descend lower just as yet. Okay, on our way to FK. We can descend a little bit more. And I should start tuning in the frequencies actually. FK should have been at 375. Okay, that's pointing us to the NDB directly, okay. And the other one I should tune into is the IATA frequency. 110.3. Course I'll dial in later is 104. Yeah, the airsoft will be nice. Add on to have. We're just going to be passing over the airport any moment now, so technically right below us at FK. We pass over the airport, then join a left-hand side, or sorry, right-side traffic pattern for runway 10, pretty much, and then come in on the Addons. So right below us is the airport somewhere down here. Airport elevation is 574 feet. So right now we're at 8,300 above. Okay, all told, engage. Keep our speeds low. And below 900 it's at QNH local, which is going to be 1015. Set. Below 10,000 feet, red lights will go on. And preliminary landing checks, please.
Seatbelt sign. Cabin pressure found.
Check.
Hydraulic system. On, high, on. Check.
On. High. On. Checked.
Altimeters.
Set. 1015.
Landing data and EPR.
Set.
Second open harness.
On.
Approach briefing.
Complete.
Preliminary landing checklist.
Okay, we are right overhead the airport in a few short moments. And as you can see, this is the kind of soup we'll be flying into, overcast at 900 feet. Rip. Brace, you guys, brace.
Slats extended.
Keep our slats out, no flaps yet. Okay, overhead the airport. Now we can continue descending again down to 5,470 feet. Five, 470. I'm targeting 3340, so 300. What we're targeting right now. So pretty much we fly 260 out from FK. Turn back around and fly in again. We're overhead the airport exactly. That's why we get the marker beacon passing the ADF. And the ILS as well. Ignition to both. Now, seatbelts, everything's on. Anti-ice will be on for the arrival, and landing alt is set. We are configured for landing except for flaps, gears. That's all that's remaining. Of course, obviously picking up the ILS and all that. Miles from the ILS there. Should have been at 5470 right here. Perfect. Keep descending. We're going down all the way to 3,300 feet. And I should really slow down right now.
That's fine. You're down and locked.
Gear down locked. Checked. Master caution will go away as soon as I add a little bit of engine power. Speed check, and we'll go flaps 15 right now, pattern, and then we'll establish 25 on the way in. Want this set to 104. Rather, make it in heading hold mode. And over here we are going to do is V-lock and input a course of 104 on the ILS. That's what we're looking to pick up. And we're stalling. Oops. There we go. Trim is all kind of screwed up. Manual controls now. Okay, got the glide waiting on the loc.
Local island capture.
Okay, loc captured. Still a little bit to my left. Windy AF right now. Look at the crosswind, 24 knots. Lols. There's our snow. This is not fun. Who said this was fun? Kind of doing okay on the glide, a little bit high. Localizer's kind of coming back now. I see it go around in our future. Uh-huh. Tell me about it.
1,000 feet.
Checked. Auto marker balls. I have zero visibility right now. I don't think we're going to be spotting that runway.
500.
I highly doubt it. Oh, I see runway lights. Oh my god.
Don't think. Don't think. Don't think. Don't think. Don't think. Don't think.
Oh my god.
Don't think.
Minimums continue.
Don't think. Don't think.
Runway in sight. Oh my god.
Don't think. Don't think. Don't think. Don't think.
That crosswind.
Don't think.
This is what landing in a blizzard looks like.
50. 30. 10.
Ugh. Oh my god. Holy shit.
60 knots.
Metal brakes. 24 knot crosswind in a bloody blizzard with bare minimum visibility. Oh my god. Russia ops for you right there. Whew. Flippin' hell. Yeah, if you're gonna come here in a Mooney, good luck. Yeah, a little bit of a float there, but I had a hard time trying to get this aircraft on the ground, honestly. Like, it wanted really, really hard to go off the runway to the right. Rudder movements there, but Twitchy would be proud. Yeah, no, he'll be like, this is easy, what are you talking about? That was like terrible flying on my part. I mean, I had an ILS. This is way too easy. Needs to be NDB only, then only Twitchy would be proud.
Flaps 25, flaps 15.
Alrighty, flaps 15 for taxiing there. Turn our landing lights off, nose lights only. Strobe lights off. I'll get the APU on in a moment. I gotta look for a taxiway now. I don't think there's taxiway lighting. So, yeah, but I can at least sort of see something. Gee frickin' G's. Oh boy. This is by far the most intense landing I've done this winter. At least so far. This year, maybe even. Like 2016 we had some crazy one. This is the first crazy one of 2017. Last year we were like in November already facing conditions like this. Took us a while to get started here, but here we are, man.
Attention all passengers. We will be serving our in-flight meal shortly with your choice of red or white
I don't need
wine.
meal. I need some vodka after this
so
one.
that we may serve you more easily. Enjoy your meal.
I need some vodka after that approach there. Where the heck am I even parking here? question. Where to park? Keep going straight ahead, and then to the left at the end there. Okay. Vodka. Yep. Okay. Keep going further a little bit. But I like how, like, I have terrible visibility, but I can see the stars up ahead. That's a little bit transparency issues. It seems legit kind of a thing. Like, I shouldn't be able to see stars above me, but whatever. I shouldn't see anything above me, honestly. Okay. We can park here somewhere, any of these gates. See if we can get GSX at this airport. Parking 38, let's see. Aeroflot, sure. Hey, it works. I mean, apart from the fact that it puts a vehicle right where I need to turn in. What the heck? That's convenient GSX, but with ground vehicles all across my way. And there's my supposed marshaller where he wants me to stop. Yeah, the parking's not legitimate. Let's give it a little bit further then. Remote parking services. Parking, let's say we want to do it at, oops, we want to do that. 17. You know what, I probably should have requested a follow me. I would get a follow me in this bad weather. Nope. Transponder off, weather radar off. Don't have a need for that anymore. Engine de-icing off. But yeah, I think this DC-9 is going to be parked here for a bit. I don't see us being able to depart. The weather stays like this in this area. Something in Russian, probably says the airport name. Magadan Sokol Airport. Further, then we can park. At one of these gates here. Okay, let me figure out how this parking works. So you want me to park facing that way? Okay, I see. So I'll turn in from here then, I guess. gonna have to do it a little bit legitimately because of the way they put the ground vehicles there. Technically I should be able to turn in here, turn around, and then park nose facing forward, but okay. Obviously GSX can't rush in park. Watch out for the wing, bruh. Alright, take care, Kangaroo. Thanks for joining us, man. Almost done. We're just gonna park up, unload our barrels, and then go have a nice drink as well. Take care, man. Have a nice Sunday. See you next stream. Okay.
Parking brake set.
Brake set, anti-skids off, torpedoes off, ignition off. Let's get some lights on the overhead there. We can see what we're doing. Probably should have had the APU on by now, my bad. Let's turn it on now. We can kill the engines and then unload. We'll be done with today's flight. Please cut engines. Yeah, stand by. Stand by. APU is coming on. APU power is available, APU gen is on, so we can, APU generators are on as well, so we can kill the engines, left and right. Okay, both APU gens are on bus, engines are killed. You can go ahead and start deboarding us now, please. Okay, everything is off there. We'll come back to turn off the plane later, but there we go. This should be unloading us now. As you can see, it's a loud airplane, I know, but there we go. There's our that pellet there somewhere is our if you're still here, 55-gallon barrels. Drums rather of your fuel. It's all coming off now. There's a little bit of courier service for this guys over here as well. We'll turn the anti-collisions off as well now. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. That was definitely an interesting landing, and more to come as winter goes on. Winter ops, you know, bad visibility, snowstorms. It's a thing that happens, and often with that we get some bad weather that we got to deal with often. But anywho, we're down here now in Magda and Sokol Airport. Was it fun approach? I'll be definitely watching this back on replay later to see how I did. But yeah, definitely had my palms sweaty there on that landing, and a lot of hand and feet movement. Anywho, take care, guys. Have a nice Sunday. I'll see you again next stream. I'll let you know when that's gonna happen. Hopefully, I'd stream. Definitely, I'll be streaming next Friday over the weekend, but I'll see if I can stream during the week as well. But till then, take care, guys. Come over to join us on the Discord, my Discord server, to see when I'm gonna go live, or just talk with me when I'm not online. Or you can also go to this Discord, Reddit r/FlightSim Discord server, where you can talk with all the cool people who love flight simulation, and you know, you can chat with them there. But yeah, take care, guys. Thanks for your follows. HSV for the resubs. Good night.